Network marketing, or MLM, is a total dumpster fire as a business opportunity, especially if you're trying to get your finances in order and pay down your debt. I never recommend it, actually. And the reason I never recommend it is because I spent 5 long and hard years in the industry and wasted tens of thousands of dollars holding on to the hope that I would defy the actual statistics that most people are just never successful and drop out pretty quickly. And besides that, I've seen so many of our most broke, most vulnerable, and most financially destitute students over the years succumb to the false dreams and promises of wealth being shilled by the MLM industry, and I've grown to really loathe the whole idea. So today I wanted to walk through a recent email I received from one of our students about her experience being recruited by an MLM recently, and walk you through 5 reasons that I hate MLMs and why I never recommend them to anyone. Let's get into it. So to give you a little bit of background, this particular student reached out to me about her MLM opportunity, as they like to call them, not to sell me on it, but to get my thoughts and reflections. So I sent her to one of my blog posts about why I don't recommend MLMs, and I'll leave a link in the video description below for that. And this was her response. I read your article about MLM and I found it very informative and insightful. I'm having second thoughts about this business myself. I've only been doing it for 2 weeks, and the amount of time I've put into it actually disturbs me. I haven't gotten one appointment with anyone, and I have already put in countless hours of recruiting. I'm following everything that I've been taught from my coach, who got me into it, but I'm failing. Don't get me wrong, so far I love the products, but like you shared, they require you to buy so many products per month, and I just can't afford that right now when my money is tight and I'm trying to get out of debt. My coach keeps telling me that once I make director, I will get a nice check, but I look at all the money I have to spend to get there. So in my 5 years of experience in MLM, the only people who actually make it in network marketing are the ones who drag their already entrenched downline, or the people that they've recruited from other opportunities, into their new opportunity. So let's talk more specifically about why I hate MLM. First of all, let's start with some truth and some actual statistics about who actually succeeds and doesn't succeed in MLM. This comes from an article by jobsmarketing.io, and I'll leave a link below for this. How many people lose money in MLM is the question that they're asking for this particular part. About 99% of people who join multi-level marketing companies lose money. According to MLM statistics, 997 people out of 1,000 surveyed said they lost money. And then 90 to 99% of distributors in multi-level marketing only receive a couple of $100 commission per year. So my longest standing try in one particular MLM opportunity was 2.5 years, and I wasted about $30,000 on product, marketing, events, nonsense. And just like so many struggling MLMers, I did everything my upline, my sponsor, my coach told me to do, and allowed myself to be manipulated into just holding on, just don't quit, just keep going. Okay, now let's jump into my 5 specific reasons for hating MLM. Number 1, everybody you're going to try to recruit hates MLM too. So, do you want to destroy the relationships you've worked so hard to build over the course of your entire life? Well, then MLM might just be the right thing for you. I mean, really, when was the last time you heard anyone say anything positive about network marketing or opportunities like Herbalife or Amway? I'll share a little bit more about that specifically a little bit further down the list. Number 2, the inflated success and income promises. Again, the truth is that 99% of the people in MLM lose money. But you're never going to hear that from your leadership. Why? Because they don't care, or they might still be buzzing out on the sweet Kool-Aid themselves. In many cases, your direct sponsor may barely be succeeding or may be even losing more money than you are. Either way, the whole enterprise is set up to sell hope and to keep you in, even to the point of subtly insinuating nonsense like winners never quit and quitters never win. The constant gaslighting and mind control is both endless and legendary in the industry. Number 3, the overpriced products. Now, to be fair, I will say that many of the products in the MLM space are super high quality, but you have to keep in mind that they also have to inflate those already high prices to fund the commission structure. If you like using the products and don't mind paying their ridiculous prices, go for it. But please don't be bamboozled into thinking that you're going to become a millionaire just by making a little bit of effort. Number 4, the pressure to constantly be recruiting. This goes back to point number 1. While I personally received a lot of compliments from people in my network for not putting huge amounts of pressure on them to join my MLM during the 5 years that I was in it, I know that I destroyed my credibility with many of them just by being in one. So our culture is really beyond sick and tired of this whole industry. The simple fact is that your friends, your family, your colleagues, and your acquaintances simply do not want to be relationally marketed to by your overpriced and overhyped MLM products and opportunity. You can try it, but just be prepared for tons of what I think is really well justified rejection. Number 5, manifestation and law of attraction mind control in MLM. Now, first of all, I have to qualify what I'm about to say. I believe that your mindset and how you think about your life, your money, your economics is really incredibly important. In fact, I actually teach a lot about having a growth mindset and the benefits of starting with why on my platform. But a problem arises, and I saw a ton of this in my MLM days, when you start promoting the false idea that thoughts become things and that you can create your own reality or that you can manifest your dreams. That's really just a bunch of nonsense. And so many of the most vulnerable among us get swept up into this largely because they want the apparent success that they see their leaders having. But the only true secret in becoming successful as an actual entrepreneur is as simple but not easy as 1, finding a need in the marketplace, and 2, addressing that need in the marketplace in a way that creates a win-win relationship between you and your customers for the long term. That's it. You can't genie in a bottle that formula by thinking positively or by manifesting it as you'll so fervently be led to believe inside the MLM industrial complex. No, actual entrepreneurship takes a well thought out strategy, hard and smart work, and tons of trial and error, and not being convinced by some MLM that you're a small business owner because you joined their cult and bought a bunch of their products to try and sell. I think a great video to watch that humorously supports my point of view is Spencer Cornelia's satirical commentary, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. So what should you do instead of an MLM? Number 1, if you're in debt, the first thing you need to do is get on a solid debt elimination framework. I recommend my free 8 steps to erase debt guide. The link is in the video description below. This will give you a roadmap to organize and optimize your finances, get on a workable budget, track expenses diligently, start a solid debt elimination plan, and then help you prepare for your post-debt savings and investing posture. Essentially, it's a blueprint for getting control of your money, getting out of debt, and then moving on to financial independence or some modicum of financial independence. Number 2, you should also get into a community of like-minded, similarly postured people who share your goals and values of trying to get more control of your money. For this, I highly recommend my free private Facebook group, Zero Debt Tribe, and I'll leave a link in the video description below for that. Number 3, next, you should try other means of making money like side hustles and or a new higher paying job in alignment with your financial plan, which we also cover in the 8 steps to erase debt guide as well. And you may be wondering, how can Zero Debt Coach help you? 4 ways. 1, subscribe to the channel and click on the notifications bell to make sure you get our new videos every week. 2, download one of our free personal finance guides. You'll learn some of the exact strategies I teach my private financial coaching students on how to organize and optimize their finances, obliterate their debt, and move on to financial independence by starting and growing an online business. Number 3, if you're looking for a community of motivated and like-minded people, go ahead and get on the waitlist to join our private financial coaching community. We only open it for new students a couple of times a year, so make sure you get on the waitlist for that. And number 4, if you need some help right now because you've got a burning issue, you need a problem solved, you want to talk through a complex situation, go to zerodebtcoach.com and click on the Become a Student button. And finally, check out one of these videos and keep on building your financial acumen. Stay away from those MLMs. Let's make this your best year yet. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.